Hello guys, welcome to the watch channel. My name is Oliver and today I'm doing a review of the Sinn 104 ST SAABE. This is a beautiful Sinn watch. It's limited to 1000 pieces, and before we get into the watch itself, I'm going to quickly show you the box. It comes in a big black box with the Sinn logo on top. Inside it we find a little booklet. This is just some information about the model, instructions and so on. And beneath that we find another big black box in PU leather, very soft, looks really good. Inside there's the spare strap. This comes on two different straps, or two similar straps in different color. And a spring bar tool which also has the logo on it. And we have some extra spring bars in case you accidentally send a spring bar into orbit. You have a few spare ones there, which is good to have. Underneath this little part we find the warranty card. Let's talk about the watch. The watch is really nice. It's a deep blue color. You have a sunburst dial and it's stunning. So first of all, dimensions. This watch is 41 millimeters in diameter. It is only 11.5 millimeters thick. It has a lug of 47 millimeters and the lug width is 20 millimeters. The weight of this watch without this strap is 73 grams. So let's zoom in on the dial, which is really the main attraction on this watch. The color is absolutely beautiful. It's a dark, deep blue, and you have ivory coated indices, numerals, and hands. Maybe one thing I would prefer to see is if the numerals on the bezel had the same ivory color. I don't know if it would look better, but maybe not. Maybe it looks best like this, but I feel like I might have preferred the numerals on the bezel also to be in the ivory color. Other than that, the dial is very clean. You have the Sinn logo, and on the bottom you have automatic in a fancy font. And on the very bottom we have made in Germany. I really like the white hands with this ivory coated lume. It looks really good. I definitely like it a lot more than I would like. Stainless steel hands on this watch wouldn't look as good. I really like that they went with white. We also have a day and date complication on this watch. Beautifully framed. Again, it could have been ivory colored. I think white works because the text on the dial is white, and I think that's the correct decision. That's the dial. I love the numerals on it, also the font on numerals. It looks stunning. So let's go to the crystal. If you look at the profile, the crystal is just a little bit domed, and it looks beautiful. It looks really good. It has anti-reflective coating on both sides, and it's obviously a sapphire crystal. So let's talk about the bezel. The bezel is really nice. I like the way it looks. I love the polished steel on the outside, but also especially on the inside. It might attract some scratches, but it looks really good. The insert is aluminum, so again, it might attract some scratches, but it really works with this watch. I think it looks better than a ceramic bezel would. We also have a lume pip on the top, which shines really brightly. I'll talk about the lume very soon. The bezel is bidirectional. The action on it is really good. It has a little bit of play. It's a little loose, unfortunately. Also, if you put it on the side, you can click this bezel down everywhere, so it's not like fully in place. But I'm mostly familiar with dive bezels, not these pilot bezels. So I don't know if this is something that should happen, because the action is completely different from a dive watch. So maybe it's supposed to be like this, but it feels a little bit, I don't know, cheap. Another thing with the bezel, and I don't know if it's me going insane, but I feel like it doesn't line up properly. I feel like it's slightly off. I've looked at this watch ever since I got it, and I've been driving myself nuts thinking about whether this is lined up or not, which actually is more annoying than whether if it was just obviously misaligned. I feel like it's slightly to the left. Is it? I mean, it is, right? I don't know. It is slightly to the left, I'm pretty sure. And if it is, and it's not me going crazy, then I think that's very disappointing. For a watch at this price, I would expect the bezel to be lined up perfectly. Let's look at the Lume. The Lume is really good on this watch. It shines green and it shines bright and it lasts for a really long time. The numerals will eventually fade, but the hands and the Lume pip or the Lume triangle on the bezel really lasts for a long time. It's a really impressive Lume. I think the Lume is evenly applied. The footage I'm showing you is sped up. It's 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes you can see the hands and the Lume triangle on the bezel still is really bright. So the Lume, really good. Then let's take a closer look at the case. This case is high polish. It has beautiful lugs with the beveled edge. It is very nicely finished. Edges are really sharp and good, and generally the finishing on this watch is exquisite. The crown on this watch is signed with the S. It is easy to grip, easy to screw out, and it's generally good action, feels very solid. The movement in this watch, it is a Sellita SW220-1 movement. So that's a decent movement, nice rotor. It's 1 of 1,000, not super well finished, but it has some finishing. The case back is sapphire crystal, and it also has anti-reflector coating on the inside. And around we see there's some German text, and we see 20 bar, so that means this watch is water resistant to 200 meters, which is also really impressive and is more than enough. Then let's take a little look on the strap. This is one of the two straps. The other one is gray. I'll show you that too. They are the same strap, just different color, and it's a leather strap with a canvas outside. I think the strap looks really good. It fits the watch really well. I love that the loops are full leather, looks good. It also has a clasp, full polish with the Sinn logo. On the back you have the leather, which is really soft. Only thing maybe for me is that it's a very thick strap. It probably loosens up over time, but it's a little stiff and it makes the watch maybe wear a little bit bigger, and I have really tiny wrists, so I would prefer a less substantial strap. But the strap seems good quality and it's a very beautiful strap, but personally I would prefer it to be a little thinner. Here's a wrist shot. This is how the watch looks on my 17 centimeter wrist. It sits really nicely. It's not too thick and it wears really comfortably. So the price of this watch, you cannot buy this new anymore because it was a limited edition and it's sold out. But the price was 1,290 euros. And I think for the price, it's a really good watch. The only thing that let me down a little bit was the bezel. But my overall impression of the watch is really good and I really enjoy this watch a lot. So personally, what do I like about this watch? I love the color. I love the deep blue sunburst dial. I love the ivory together with the blue. I love the numerals, the hands. I also like how the bezel looks and generally just the design of this watch. I think it looks beautiful. I also think the finishing is really good. I like the size, 41 millimeters, it's good. Dislikes, as I said, the bezel is a little bit disappointing with the little play being a little loose. Only real dislike is the bezel and the quality control on the bezel. So that's it, guys. Pretty short review of the Sinn 104 ST, SA, ABE, CD, F, G, and so on. It's a beautiful watch. I really like it. I do recommend this watch. If you can pick it up for around retail, I think it's a good purchase. So I hope you guys enjoyed this pretty short review of the Sinn 104 ST. I'm not doing that again. I hope you enjoyed it. I really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. What do you guys think about this watch? Let me know in the comments. And also I really appreciate if you like the video. And I hope to see you guys for my next video. Goodbye.